On up the tower to the high 20, which Bob is using right now, running into Europe. Another shot of the 20-meter array. I just stepped back. This year we simplified things a little. Lower 20s just rotated manually. If I swing along a line that happens to contain a nice 80-meter wire beam, you see that 15 isn't nearly as fancy as it was last year. Got the high rotary. Some wire antennas coming off there. I'll explain in a minute. The low rotary. Guess Dave's got them stacked. A little tri-bander down at low level. And that makes up the 15-meter decoration. Another new addition this year. See the 20-meter tower in the background, the 15 I was just at, strung between them. A delta loop that Chet designed. There's the feed point, and I probably can't give you much more than the feed point, but it's a delta loop strung on a line to Europe between those two towers, backed by another similar sized delta loop. And that delta loop, which is running through this area, with the corner feed making it vertically polarized, we compared that with our 3-element Yagi fed beam. And on 80 meters that gave Walt a big boost right over Europe, and a long path into VK was much stronger than the 3-element wire beam that we've used before. I was talking to Walt, and he announced that it is in fact a killer antenna. It will be kept. Porch is sort of clean right now. You can see an awful lot of wire going into the shack, control cables, and of course the all-important coax cables feeding the antennas. Going in bundles everywhere. Just down near the base of the 10, and 10 was changed this year. Another idea that's working out very well. Instead of interlacing the stacks, got a low stack fixed on the states. There's the first one. Second one you see fixed on the states, and above it they'll look sort of nest in between. Fixed on Europe up there about, I don't know, 75 feet, and then rotary on top, which can be phased with a fixed one on Europe at maybe 110 feet, something like that. Here's we kept the rotary up at the top. The bottom one right now is fixed on Europe. It could be swung to the States, but it works so well up on Europe, and the other one covers the States, that on 40 we're stacked to Europe, and then just a single rotary when we want to go out across the Pacific. Worked pretty well today. It may have been down a little bit from some of the other stations out in the Pacific, but band wasn't great either, so we'll see what it does tonight. Inside, and it's set up a little differently than last year, still quite flexible. Dave and Ed has got his back to us, running on 15 meters. He and Dave are sharing honors on that band. And panning down the room, 15 meters is in that corner. There's Dave's famous homebrew amplifier. And we got a 40-meter station. I don't know if you know this, but we've got each station has its own computer. The CT screen going. Okay, on the keyboard you'll have all 6 bands. Be able to tell who's got the rate going and who's passing things to you. All the transmitters linked together. And on some of them we're just using the laptops. Other ones, like 40 meters where I've been operating, got an outboard. There goes the English. The keyboards make things nicer. Here's the hands of NL7GP, rolling at high speed. He's got all kinds of room to reach across and operate the transceiver, and still keep track of the logging on there. John's taking care of 10 meters. And our other John, W3UM, is working with him on the same station on 160 meters, and then they'll be able to spell each other. But they got sort of a primary focus on each band. We've got John with his 10-meter operation. Sitting right next to him, Bob, K3EST. And Bob's a one-handed typer. Go from touch typer to hunt and pecker, but they make all kinds of sense. And this year we've got very, very little paper. It's the first time we've had a multi-multi with a computer operation going. Middle of the room, John W3UM for daytime multiplier listening has got set up his 735. And on the end of the headphone line, we find W3UM. He's sitting right now at the station that's normally 80 meters. I'll give you a better shot on that. Screen John's looking at, you'd see that 80 meters last night, the first night with those, the new wire beams, the new sloper, half-wave sloper, then our old wire beams. It's already sitting at 18 zones and 70 countries, so it's looking pretty good on 80 meters. Trying for DXCC, and we'll have to do a lot of passing tonight. They say John's looking after high band mults for the guys during the day. Bill and Dave into a computer problem. Don't know whether I can interrupt their train of thought or not, but that's looking back towards the bedroom, and Bill's been taking care of all the computer problems. He linked them all up. Owns most of the laptops, and rolled that one computer down here, and then we hauled a bunch more. Here's all the talk about computers. And what Bill and Dave were scratching their heads over was the fact that Ed's computer seems to have died. So good old pencil and paper, which we swore wasn't going to happen.
Thank you, PJ1B.
But there it is.
Uniform Papa Lima 599.
And 3 Echo Delta on 15 meters.
Thank you very much, Papa Japan 1 Bravo. PJ1B.
Operating in the old-fashioned method.
Again?
Which, whether or not the computers are working, still seems to keep together. Back to 15 meters, and Ed moved out a little bit ago, and Dave's in. Got the computer going again, so away from the paperwork.
Thank you, PJ1B.
Let's listen to K2SS for a bit.
Victor Delta 2, Alpha Whiskey Radio 509. Thank you, PJ1B. CQ, Papa Juliet 1 Baker.
5909, what is your call? 5909, your call?
Alpha Uniform Tango 509. VE3 AUT, thank you, PJ1B.
Papa Japan 1 Bravo, PJ1B.
Something Zulu, last letter 509. PJ9Z, thank you, PJ1B. A7RN 509.
Thank you, Papa Japan 1
Bravo.
Bravo.
Thank you, sir, PJ1B. W7HR 509.
2RZ.
Thank you, sir, PJ1B.
Papa Japan 1
Dave from the
Bravo.
other side.
PJ1B. Philadelphia 1, Germany, Japan.
Radio
509.
Charlie 599. Papa Japan 1
Thank you, sir, PJ1 Baker. CQ, Papa Juliet 1 Baker.
All the bands are way down from last year. Dave's looking for a malt.
CQ Contest, Papa Juliet 1 Baker.
Guy who promised to come over from another band.
From X-Ray Norway 599.
Radio Charlie, what is
They're
your...
trying to keep the rate going on
Your call, sir.
stateside. And they're looking for multipliers.
Thank you, PJ1
What is
Baker.
your call? HA9?
A3 Charlie. Thank you, sir, PJ1 Baker.
Bill, what's going on?
Huh?
I say, what's going on?
W1 Baker.
I don't know.
Thank you, PJ1 Baker.
Bill and Bob on 20 meters.
Papa Juliet 1
Just look
Baker.
for about 5 minutes. For multipliers.
Trying to do some tuning. The rate's just gone to hell on 20.
CQ, Papa Juliet 1 Baker.
There's a shot of the screen 38 hours or so into the contest. Give you an idea of where we are.
1 Bravo.
Everyone's a little tired. It's Sunday morning. You can see there's some pretty nice numbers on the screen. 43 countries on 160. 97, big number on 80, and we're hoping to pick up 3 more or more. Make the 100 that Walt had targeted. And then
thank you, PJ1
from there,
Bravo.
Bob's got a long ways to go. He's at 162. He has to make 200, so he's going to have a challenge. Well, there it is, 38 hours to go and about 31 million points, and that's just a rough score at this point in time. On 20 meters, you got laid-back contesting. Bill's rolling away.
Kilowatt 1 hotel.
In a sleepy slouch position. His mother would tell him to straighten up, but we'll let him go at it. The rest of us will just as bedraggled.
Bravo contest. Papa Japan 1 Bravo contest.
Again?
Thank you, sir. Papa Juliet.
John's still got his hair combed.
Oscar Charlie.
He's going on 10, and you can probably hear Dave in the background. I'll go over there for a sec.
Please your prefix.
Then looking across the unoccupied 40-meter position.
Alpha Oscar.
Dan there died over an hour ago.
Kind of like a tide.
Dave going away on 15 meters.
Like a wave.
Let's try the same time. Kilowatt 7. Please your call.
Yours a contest. Papa Juliet 1 Bravo. Papa Juliet 1 Bravo.
The frustration of 15 meters
I heard
right
the Alpha
now.
Oscar just fine. Please your prefix.
Are you on the Shetlands?
Yours a contest. Papa Juliet 1 Bravo contest.
A multiplier over to Dave, or at least hopefully John worked a Shetlands on 10 and passing him to 15. I thought I'd catch the pickup, but
Golf Mike 0. India Lima Baker. You're 5909, sir. Over.
see if he got him.
20. What frequency?
Yep, they got him. Sending him to
Okay, thank you very, very much. Could we go to 20 meters at 14205? Please, please, over.
there's Dave begging him to go to 20 meters.
Roger. 14205.
And maybe I'll try and get him to go to 40.
Thank you very, very much for the help, over.
There goes the Shetland Islands over to the fancy screen on 20 meters. Bill's going to try and pick him up. That'll be a triple. No way I can get it on 40. The absorption's just too high, so we'll have to hope that something will happen at the end of the contest. Now here we are, 6 hours to go. We've got Professor Cox, the old contesting master,
My son.
and your son and protege, and L7 ground plane, dressed in identical CQ Worldwide shirts. Now I don't have K6SSS's records. If we get 5-band DXCC that we're very close to, will that be the first time ever for a multi-multi?
Stand by.
That's my belief, that it'd be the first time ever.
We got to be able to get that.
Kilo Alpha 1 Victor Oscar.
We can do it if we help him out. Teamwork. Teamwork. That's our motto. Teamwork. We get 15 involved and we'll be ready.
Is that like Timo work, or the rig fell apart? Just a minute, we have standby for a crisis. We'll be back.
Something Oscar.
Well, it turned out to be a crisis. Electrical arc that put one of the rigs off the air. And I didn't get any more video on that 1992 effort. It ended up beautifully. The score you can see here, PJ1B with a little over 43 million in the final tally. No one else in Zone 9 going up against us in the multi-multi category. So you can see second, third places, etc. going to the Europeans. All in all, another great year at PJ1B.